everyone, Linda Israel here, and I thought I would kind of share a mini junk journal, and not that it is miniature, but that it is smaller in size on how many pages it has in it, and then just the overall size of the journal. So what I've done is I've got this really heavy watercolor textured paper, and it was already in a 12-inch by 6-inch piece. I took one of the Calico Collage images, just an image that I liked out of her set. So I found one of the images that I liked, and then I ended up making this my cover. So I cut down the Calico Collage piece, and then I matched the hard paper, that handmade paper, to be able to be the cover. And then I'm going through this and I'm adding things to it. Like, here's one of my book pockets. This is a scrap that was in my stash. So I've made a book pocket at, I can't do it with one hand, one at the top and then one here. And then I'm just going through and I made pages. So I've taken some scrapbook paper and I cut it to fit inside of here. So my measurements were a little over 10¼ inches by 6¼ inches, if I remember correctly, right at. And then taking a 12 by 12 sheet of paper and cutting it in half, you ended up with a nice piece. I cut off the strip that would have been over here, and I made a little pocket across the bottom. And then this is one of the Calico Collage from the Sweet Elegance, I believe, set. That's what's also on the cover. Then I've done the same thing with some grid paper. I ended up cutting it down, and then the strip I cut off has become a little pocket. I've adhered one of the Calico Collage pockets on here. This was a scrap of paper that I had in my stash, and then I just went through and found some of my stamps, like this one. And this one was from Stamp Francisco, and it is from 1992-94, so I've had this for a long time. Then this was a photocopy of some music that I had in my stash. My mother-in-law plays Sudoku, and she gave me some of her pages that she completed. I just thought that would be a neat texture. Again, I made a pocket on some of the pages. Some of these are cardstock, some of them are text weight. I found these in my stash. I'm pretty sure my mother-in-law gave them to me. There was a whole set of little notes. So when you're looking out shopping, like Tuesday morning, they have a bunch of these. If you find them on clearance, these are great for little tuck things in the journal. Now over here, I took an envelope. It was a large envelope, and I adhered it together. I glued the tab on the inside, and then I folded it, and then I took my circle punch, and I punched out a circle. So now there's a tab in this that can be used for, this is a napkin adhered to a piece of paper, just a scrap, but it fits right down inside, and you can get a hold of that. I have a new die cut that's a corner, and I made the corner where it's adhered here and here so that I can stick other things and it becomes a tuck spot. So those are just a few things that I've done here. I've made a band out of a punch that I have that cuts the ribbon. And then we go over to the other side. So I've already got some finished. The way I bound these was I used a 3-hole punch system and did what's called the pamphlet binding. Some people call it that. I've got one here that I added a little bit of lace to it, and then I've just started putting bits and pieces of paper in all the pockets. This is another one of the Calico Collage images, flowers for my lady. And I just started adding things in. You know, this is a scrap of paper, and I just stuck it in there. I found a sticker. This is a book page. Piece of cardstock. I made a little, just out of rickrack, I made a little embellished paper clip. I used a paper bag in this one and cut the end with a die, and then I've got a little bag or a little card that is down inside. But there's also a secret pocket on this side that you can put things in. I made a page that has the cellophane inside of it, and it is adhered to another one on the other side. More of the scraps of paper. This is a page out of a coloring book. I thought that would be great, you know, if you are wanting to doodle, but there's also space on the back side to write. The other side of the paper bag with another card that I made, and it has little pockets. These were the leftovers from the coloring book, and then again, just little cards, little tuck spots here and there. Another pocket there. This one, I took 2 of those pages that I make that it's a pocket, and I glued them together onto the tab that came from the cardstock on the other side because it was short, and I ended up making a pocket. This is a piece of paper that I got from Canvas Corp when I went to visit them out of their junk piles that they sell. Die cut, one of the images from the Sweet Elegance or set. I may be saying that wrong. And I made a tuck spot by die cutting and punching and created that. So that's just one of them. Here's another I made, that same concept. This time I punched a hole in the front cover and ran some dyed lace binding through it, seam binding. Again, there's pockets. This one I use paper out of a composition book. You know, after school starts and all the clearance of school stuff comes out, you can get these for nothing practically. I think I bought this for 25 cents. It was stitched down the center, so I just broke out those stitches, and now I have this great big piece of paper. And I just trimmed it to fit inside the journal. And that's how I ended up with a journal page. And it looks like it was meant to be because of the way that it is attached here and has the lines at the top. More scraps, another. And then the scrap piece that was left over, I folded and made like a little booklet. I mean, it's not tied together, but it's more paper. This is made with some handmade paper that was in my stash. Another one of the Calico Collage images. I just love the scrapbook paper I picked up a while back at Hobby Lobby. This is a page that I made a long time ago, and it was just something I stamped for a background, but I saved it, and so it's become part of the book. It's another page or card out of the Calico Collage. Just, you know, having fun, adding some stamping here and there, and making little journals out of things that I already have. So I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit about my process and how a couple of the journals look when they're finished. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you want to see an actual tutorial from start to finish about how I did this, let me know in the comments below.